Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to FYI Newsbyte. Here's what we found for your information this lunchtime. US President Barack Obama has paid a surprise visit to Afghanistan on the first anniversary of Osama bin Laden's death. He signed an agreement with Afghan President Hamid Karzai, vowing long-term ties with the country, even after America's forces come home. President Obama also addressed troops at Bagram Airfield.
We're not going to do it overnight. We're not going to do it irresponsibly. We're going to make sure that the gains, the hard-fought gains that have been made, are preserved. But the reason we're able to do that is because of you.
But just hours after President Obama left Afghanistan, a series of explosions rocked the capital city of Kabul. At least 6 people are reported to have been killed and 17 others wounded. The Taliban has claimed responsibility for the blasts. No reruns. A senior minister has ruled out the possibility of rerunning the EU fiscal treaty referendum if the electorate votes no. Speaking after the first televised debate of the campaign, Simon Coveney said the Irish people will only be asked to vote on the treaty once. History in the making. Burma's opposition leader Aung San Suu Kyi has been sworn into the country's parliament. It's the first time the Nobel Peace Prize winner has taken public office since launching her struggle against authoritarian rule nearly a quarter of a century ago. Her election is a key step in Burma's shift towards democracy. Guilty. Jurors in New York have convicted a man of plotting to blow up the city's subway system. During the trial, prosecutors said Addis Janin went to Pakistan with 2 high school friends to join the Taliban, but ended up being recruited by Al-Qaeda instead. After returning to the US, the men planned to rig backpacks with explosives to blow them up on the subway. Janin's friends pleaded guilty and testified against him. He'll be sentenced in September. Cleaning up after the night before. May Day celebrations came to a violent end in Berlin last night. Some demonstrators threw stones, bottles and firecrackers at riot police, and officers responded with charges and batons. Numerous arrests were made. And finally, what a journey! A Japanese man who lost everything in last year's tsunami has claimed his Harley-Davidson motorbike has survived a journey across the Pacific Ocean. The rusting bike was found on the 18th of April, washed up inside a container on a beach on Graham Island in Canada. Now it's been claimed by a 19-year-old Japanese biker. The bike made the 6,500-kilometre journey, floating inside the metal freight container. FYI is interactive. From your opinions to news you think we should be covering, we want to hear it all. FYI is available to you 24/7 online for all the information you need to know. Simply log on to tv3.ie/3e/FYI. Here you'll find the latest stories, video catch-ups, comments and the FYI blog. We're also available to you on Twitter and Facebook. Just log on to the website and hit the social networking shortcuts. Time now for a look at the funniest clips on the web. Here's our top 5. At number 5, one kitty is up the walls with all his stunt work. At number 4, this little girl otter play with kids her own species. At number 3, a group fail for these skateboarders. At number 2, this lamb's voice broke a little early.
Yeah. Yeah.
And number 1 today, a guard dog's not just for the home. Tune into FYI later for the newest downloads. We'll have more on the top stories, all of today's tech news, and Paul will be here with all of the sport. We'll see you back here at 6, right here on 3E.